You want to talk about a guy who's willing to bite down on his mouthpiece and give it the dog in him, bro? Marlon Vera. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about it before, Derek. I'm a Sugar Show fanatic over here. And arguably, Marlon Vera still has that number, bro. You know something has to be lingering in Sean O'Malley's head. And Marlon Vera, as much as I agree with you, yes, he is that old school blood and guts style of fighter. This dude has been growing exponentially with each and every single fight, bro. It's hard to look past Marlon Vera. This dude's an absolute killer in there. Obviously, he's got the Goggins mentality. It's hard to be even just staring against him, I imagine, for Pedro Munhoz, but on that opposite side of the coin. We got a dog as well, brother. We got somebody who is so talented, seen it all, done it all, willing to get in that dog fight. Do you think we're going to see exactly that, Derek, a firefight, or are we going to see a tactful match right here?
I think this is going to be a tactful matchup. And you got to think, man, there was a fight that you were preparing for, Triple C, Henry Cejudo, your kryptonite, wrestling, right? And then you get Pedro Munhoz, who also has some slick jiu-jitsu, very fundamental kickboxer, right? But I'm going to say that fundamental nature of Pedro Munhoz is kind of going to potentially lead to his downfall in this matchup. I think Chito Vera, being the aggressor, utilizing his kickboxing, breaking down Pedro Munhoz, and allowing himself to let go, you know what I mean? Open up and less fear of that shot that would be coming from a wrestler like Henry Cejudo, like Corey Sandhagen after he took him down a bunch of times. Without that fear, I think he'll be able to open up, and I think that it's going to be power versus precision. Power in favor of Chito Vera, precision in favor of Pedro Munhoz. What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I do like it's crazy to say that Pedro Munhoz is going to lose the power battle because this boy hits extremely hard, bro. That's the crazy thing. But I do agree with you. Precision versus power. I'm right there with you. My question, Derek, for you, who do you think is going to win the leg kick battle? Because I think that's going to dominate a lot of how we see this fight play out. Who's setting the traps? Who's leading the dance? Who has that outside foot position, is able to do more damage to the opposite guy's front leg? Personally, I could see it either way. I'm leaning Cheeto's going to be winning that fight, but Pedro Munhoz has some of the best leg kicks we've seen in the game. Do you see it being as much of a factor in the fight as I do?
I think it's going to play a factor for sure, but I think Pedro Munhoz wins the kick battle due to volume. I think Chito just throws less. I think he throws more powerful kicks, but I think Munhoz, he just volumes up on those kicks, and Chito Vera is a guy that'll just walk you down and walk through you. We've seen when he hits people, it's just different, man. The hard part is actually hitting them, but once he hits them, for a 135-pound fighter, there's just something weird that happens to them, and they crumble, they fall over. Pedro Munhoz, though, I do want to touch on that point, man. It is a wild thing to say Pedro Munhoz doesn't got that crack, because he does. If he hits you with a hook over the top, you're going to bed. Like, it is what it is. But Chito Vera's got a massive chin on him, too. And the thing that really intrigues me the most is look at the prop, man. And this is where we talk about power. Look at the prop. Plus 425 for Chito Vera, plus 1,000 for Pedro Munhoz. In all honesty, without sounding disrespectful to an absolute legend, man, the young Punisher, Pedro Munhoz, I do think that this is Marlon Vera's fight to absolutely win, unless he just kind of gives it away. You know what I mean? In a weird way, I think that's the reality of this matchup here. This is not Henry Cejudo. This is a showcase bout for Marlon Vera, but it does come with high implications because Munhoz, this is win-win, right? Number 6. You get the big spot in the rankings. You're not supposed to beat a guy like Chito Vera. If you lose, you're supposed to lose anyways. You know, short notice, all types of built-in excuses. So what final takes do you have on this matchup?
I love the outlook you're having on that one, Derek, because I actually had the same one, but I was thinking this is Marlon Vera's fight to lose. You know, he has all the chips stacked in his favor, but if he does not perform against an absolute killer, like you said, in Pedro Munhoz, this is where the fight gets a little interesting to me. I do like Chito Vera in this fight. I do like that he's a dog. I'm still going to go with that plus 100 decision, though. I don't see a finish, and it might be because I respect Pedro Munhoz so much, but I don't see a finish right here, Derek. How do you see this one going?
Well, folks, welcome to my prop lock of the night. I like Chito Vera with the plus 100 decision. I think Pedro Munhoz is going to be too evasive for Marlon Vera to be able to land the big shot, the combination of shots that will require knocking him out. And I think that at the end of the day, submission isn't really going to come into factor in this matchup. I just think that Pedro Munhoz is such a veteran. He'll be able to avoid the big damage, but Marlon Vera will handedly win a decision. I also look at it as this is only 15 minutes, bro, and Marlon Vera is a slow starter. So by the time you ramp up, it's already round 2. You know what I mean? So that is why I like that plus 100 decision. But I mean, hey, if we see a finish, I would not be mad. I would just be impressed. That's all that I got to say there. So with that being said, Bloody Water Podcast consensus pick, Marlon Chito Vera via decision. You got to love that prop lock right there.